The first artist we're looking at is Vladimir Tatlin, who's a founder of Russian constructivism. And he visits Picasso's studio in 1914, so he's aware of the more recent avant-garde developments in Europe. And he develops a specific form called a counter relief as a result of his visit to Picasso's studio, probably looking at the maquette for guitar from 1912. So he probably saw designs like that, and he creates these pieces. They're as far removed from the earthbound traditions of sculpture as the technical resources of the artist permitted. What he's doing is he's studying the materials when creating these sculptures. There's actually almost a scientific study going on in the background. It's almost Impressionism mixed, and their study of light and color mixed with abstraction in terms of construction. And we start with this counter relief, and this is sometimes called counter relief corner. The sculpture here is put together from parts found in the St. Petersburg Museum at the time. And he's piecing these together in a corner. You can see the corner in the background. If it's not real clear, here's the corner running up the back of the piece. So it's actually crossing between two separate walls. And that's necessary to get across that idea of three-dimensionality. Because the materials are not bound as regular sculpture, this item tends to invade the viewer's space. It's, of course, coming forward, separate from the wall. Now, he's always worked with an eye towards accentuating the properties of the material. So he wants to focus on how these materials work. For example, metals. Metals are really good at being curved or bent. So every time we see a metal in this object, we see it curved. String is great at tension, string or rope, so we see it pulled across the surface. Wood is good at holding sort of a straight line, so that's what we're seeing here. He considers the truth to the material. What does the material really want to be? And again, you can see this kind of almost scientific study of what you can do with these materials. For example, drilling holes through the metal so that the string or rope can hold it all together. And as we look at, it's really embracing the Russian Revolution or ideas about it. This piece and his ideas will lead to an interest in architecture and in engineering. So this is where he starts. Let's look at where he goes in a couple of years.